After years upon years of mourning, Armin Tsarukyan has finally accepted a fight against Hooker, and it is happening this weekend, and I will be giving my predictions for the full card. So let's get straight into it. Starting with the first fight of the night, which is Nicholas Dalby versus Sergid. As I'm not pronouncing that. I am not pronouncing that whatsoever. I'm not even going to attempt to do that. But I will be choosing Nicholas Dalby because Nicholas Dalby has UFC experience. He's fought fucking everyone and anyone. Even though he is a self-hating white man, and if you've looked at his Instagram bio, I'm going to pop it up on the screen for you right now. He is a good fighter, but he is a self-hating white man, so we cannot support that. So although I will be wishing for him to get KO'd stiff like he did against Randy Brown, I reckon he beats this guy because this guy couldn't take down some random Chinese dude in one championship. This Sergid is a one championship fighter. Couldn't take down some random Asian guy in an MMA bout. He was also getting pieced up by that guy as well. He did win by laying on him in the last 2 rounds, and so he did get him down eventually. But Nicholas Dalby was defending takedowns from Feretnikov, and yes, he did get taken down eventually, but this guy does not have the takedowns of Feretnikov, and I just don't see it happening. So I just think Nicholas Dalby wins by being slightly ahead on the striking. He'll be defending the takedowns when he does outstrike Sergid, and Sergid has to go for a takedown. And he just does the overall experience. This is why I'm choosing Nicholas Dalby via decision. On to the next fight, which is Nurilo Ali versus Shamrock. Now, I know Shamrock has all the hype right now, but I think Nurilo Ali gets this one done. I am rooting for him to lose this one, because I don't like Nurilo Ali. He's very boring. He just lays in the guard and just doesn't even ground and pound. He's literally just the Khabib without ground and pound. He just lays in the guard and holds him there, and he's really fucking good at it. He's really good at it. He does get caught in a lot of triangles, which could be a problem because Shamrock, he's like one of these like jiu-jitsu guys. He trains with Paddy Pimblett and Luke Riley, who's on this card further up, and he is good. Let me get into Shamrock. He is good. He's like, his striking's very mediocre. He has a good teeth, I've noticed. He has good body kicks. He's a southpaw, so these are the left side. He could catch Nurilo with one of these or something and hurt him, but I highly doubt it. You know, the two inbred to understand what pain is, so they just march through it. And his style is very basic too. Well, not basic. I wouldn't really call it basic because it is working, but it's the same thing over and over and over again. He gets the takedown, he goes up to the body lock, takes them down, gets the hooks in, chokes them, and yeah, he's got 7 wins like this, and he has got other wins in different ways, like decision and stuff, but most of it is just back take stuff, and I think Nurilo Ali will be able to get out of these, scramble back in the guard, and just hold him there for the rest of the fight. So, yeah, I will be rooting for Shamrock, but I don't think he gets it done. I think the inbred wins. He has the UFC experience, and I'd argue he has the better grappling as well. On to the next fight. My computer just completely broke for a second. Bekzan Almakam versus Alexandria Topuria. I am choosing Alexandria Topuria. This is kind of like the Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria 2.0. Probably a lot more less hype, and it's just not as hypeful, but it is a good fight, and it is really good. I would probably argue this fight's going to be better than the main and core main event, but let's just get straight into it. Bekzan is probably the most powerful guy. He's probably more powerful than Topuria is in this matchup, even though he obviously has the Topuria last name, so everyone thinks he's like Ilia Topuria, but he's more like a technical Topuria without the major power. Has to be more technical because he isn't as powerful, and he's a powerful guy. He dropped Umar in their fight. This is Albakan. His only loss is also to Umar. He has fast and straight shots, but he does gas out, but it was on short notice, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say he has normal cardio. right? But there's not much to see on Albacan. This is my problem. There's nothing I can really see about him because he knocks out his opponent so quickly. And yeah, he could do that to Topuria. He definitely could. But I think Topuria, there's a really good, I just think he's going to go in there, take him down straight away. He's going to control him, or he's going to create control him, pressure him to the fence, then take him down from there, either or. I think he's going to take him down, land some ground and pound shots, tire him out, and then when he's tired, he's going to strike with him. And when he's tired and striking with him, I reckon he'll get hurt maybe, and then he'll take him down again. But I reckon he's going to mix in his grappling and his boxing in, and he's got a low stance, but it's not as low as Ilya, where Ilya's pretty much crouch walking in the cage. He's got a good slip, the jab, right hand counter, which, like I said, Albacan does have good straight shots, like a jab where he could just easily just counter with the overhand over the top. Like I said, he's not as powerful as Ilia Topuria. He's kind of like Ilya, but more technical because he's not as powerful, and he's more dynamic too. He uses more calf kicks, and I think he used a body kick at one point against Thickness, spin kicks too, and he also has great grappling himself. He controlled Thickness in the last round of that fight, and I was like, fair enough. And I reckon that's what he's going to do in this fight. He's going to take the guy down in the first round, take him down, gas him out, and then he's going to piece him up on the feet. And I reckon it'll be another decision, but at least it'll be a fun decision. So I'm going to go with Topuria via decision by mixing it up and tiring out Albacan. And then, but my only issue with this is that Albacan could finish Topuria before he's even got his reads, which makes it more scary to watch. But I will be choosing Topuria. I think it's a safer pick. Obviously, he's got the wealth of Topuria behind him. He also kind of looks like a Dagestani Conor McGregor. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Yeah. No, so can we just get into this? Ilia Topuria isn't rich because he grew up rich. He's rich because his wife was rich. Well, his former wife. And, just thought I'd mention that. Because people call him a rich kid. He's not a rich kid. He's not Armin Tsarukyan, who's further up on the card. Now, I do love when Rafael Pereira's on the card because he loses every time. He'll quit. He'll get knocked out. He'll lose a decision. He's just an easy free pick for me to get. So I will be choosing Abdul to win this fight. And although he's from Turkey, apparently, according to his Tapology, and I will be rooting for Rafael, I don't think he wins this one. He always quits every fight. He's already lost to fucking one Turkish guy. He may as well lose to another Turkish guy. He's on a 3-fight losing streak as well. He quit against the fence against Aibo Aslan. I cannot get that out of my head. He's done that on the regional scene as well. He gets hit with one hard shot, puts his hands up, and then waits for the referee to stop the fight. Yeah, and there's not much tape on Abdul either because he's got all finishes essentially. So, yeah, I'm choosing Abdul. On to the next fight, which I'm excited to predict. It's Luke Riley finally in the UFC, and he'll be taking on Bogdan Grad. And you know Bogdan Grad. I always choose Bogdan Grad. I knew he was going to lose to Naimov. I still chose him to win, just thinking he would. And you know who I'm choosing to win this fight? I'm also choosing Bogdan Grad because I think Luke Riley's slightly overrated, just slightly. I think he is good, and I think he would be. I think he is UFC level too. I think he's much better than Shamrock, put it that way. But with Luke Riley, I've seen him get completely out-grappled by some scrub in his last fight. Bogdan Grad has great wrestling and not striking, but he does have good, and we'll get into that in a second. He does have good wrestling and good control. He does use his hips a lot in his wrestling and that, I've noticed. And people talk about Bogdan Grad getting hit a lot. So does Luke Riley. He was getting kind of pieced up by Alexander Loof in their fight in Cage Warriors before rocking him in the first round. And then he almost got finished himself in the second round in that fight. And then Luke KO'd Loof in the third round, giving Loof his first loss in MMA. But since then, Loof, all he's really done is lose. And you know what? The more I think about it, the more I'm confident in Bogdangrad. Like, he's fought powerful guys before. He's been dropped before. He got knocked out by Tom Nolan in the Contender Series a couple years back. But is Luke Riley really, really good? Yeah, I just don't think he beats Bogdangrad. I think Bogdangrad's just going to take him down, wrestle him, make him tired. He did look like his demeanour was starting to change in that fight against it was the Azerbaijani guy. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. His demeanour was starting to change. Yeah, his demeanour was starting to change, and yeah, and just with the wrestling sort of stuff, I do just think Bogdangrad's gonna like to take him down, work his way up to the body lock trips and stuff like that he always does in every fight. And although that next gen team, Luke Riley's also from the Paddy Pimblett gym, they are good at game planning, but at the same time, Bogdangrad's just gonna take him down and wrestle him. You know what I mean? He's gonna take him down and wrestle him, lad. You know what I mean, lad? And yeah, Bogdangrad is literally like a human punching bag, but he just gets the win. Except from when he's fighting Naimov, and Naimov can just be like slightly more inbred than Bogdangrad. But yeah, yeah. On to the next fight. The next fight is Alex Perez versus Asu Alembayev, and I'll be choosing Asu Alembayev. I've seen Alex Perez get out-grappled by people before. He has defended a lot of the grappling sequences like against Makayev, who Makayev is really good. Is really good at winning a very, very close decision by unanimous decision, when realistically it should be a split decision. But I do think Asu Alembayev is going to win this fight. What I've noticed a lot from Alex Perez, he just defend the takedowns really well, but then his opponent always manages to get to his back. He gives up his back in every sequence. Yeah, and his striking, if you want to talk about striking, he just throws wherever lands. I think he's got slightly better striking than Asu in this case, who always has very mediocre striking, but Asu just has really good control, grappling. You know, he just hugs. He just hugs. How many people on this card do you reckon are gonna win via hugging and just trying to sniff the penis as much as possible? Take your fucking guess. But yeah, he has very good back takes himself. I reckon he's just gonna take the back, hold him there for the round. Next fight, take his back, hold him there for the round, and yeah, it's gonna be like that for the entire 3-round fight. The next fight of the card, which is Jack Hermansson versus Maitek Oroblai. Jack Hermansson will be moving down from middleweight to welterweight, and Oroblai's moving up from 155 to welterweight. He's too fat for lightweight, I've put on my notes for this. But yeah, one main thing that I've noticed is that there's a 10-year difference in age, literally a decade. So yeah, and all that put aside, I will be choosing Jack Hermansson because I think Jack Hermansson will be too strong for him. A better understanding of grappling. I think he'll have the disadvantage. He'll have the advantage in the striking and the power, and there's just the size difference. This is a middleweight we're talking about, not a very big middleweight, but he was a middleweight, and that worries me against Maitek Oroblai because I saw. Oh, I've forgotten his name. The Polish guy. What's his name? Rebecki. Defend his takedowns through being just a bigger, stronger dude, and being a bigger, stronger dude, he just kind of defended the takedowns, piece him up on the feet because he's very open, and I just think that's going to happen the exact same way again. And Jack Hermansson, he doesn't have a chin. Literally flick his chin, he'll go out cold. So we just need to be ready for that one. But yeah, I'll be choosing Jack Hermansson. And as well, if you look at his record, you've noticed there's a very clear pattern. He wins one, he loses one. He wins one, he loses one. He wins one, and then he loses one. Last time he lost one. So this time I'm going to test this theory. And will he win one this time? We'll find out on Saturday night, as every single guy says at the press conference. You know, we're going to find out Saturday night. You know, just shut up. Don't even ask the question at that rate. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. On to the next fight, which is Ismail Nurdiev versus Ryan Lauder. Ismail Nurdiev just lost against the Iron Turtle. He's called Park, and Michael Bisping called him Pork. I think Nurdiev is Muslim too, so I think you understand why I thought I'd mention that. Anyway, I need to be serious now and get this full card sweep. I don't think Ismail Nurdiev is that good. I don't even think Ryan Lauder is that good. Um, I'll go with Ismail Nurdiev because he sounds more Dagestani, and the judges kind of swayed before that. If your name ends in a V, they kind of go for you just purely off of that. I reckon it'll be like a decision or something. And yeah, they'll just go with Nurdiev purely off the name. It'll just be a very close decision. On to the next fight. Tagir Alimpekov, another one of these fucking inbred cousin fucking lane top position, no scrambles whatsoever, oversized for the fucking division freaks, you know. And I hate to be that guy, but I will be choosing Horiguchi. This is how the fight's going to go, in my opinion, yeah. Watching zero fights, well, watching one fight of Horiguchi, which was his last fight in Ryzen. But this is how I reckon this fight will be going. Horiguchi's going to get in the cage, yeah. Tagir's going to get in the cage. He's going to be stood there with Khabib, Islam, Umar, fucking Usman from fucking Bellator or whatever, and Horiguchi's going to be there, and Horiguchi's going to just be like, I'm Asian. I'm 5'3", I'm smart. And he's gonna jump across the fucking cage with a flying front kick attached with a piece of paper with maths equations on it, and he's gonna jump across the cage, throw it at him. Tagir's gonna look at it and be like, What is this? What is this?" And then he's gonna knock the fucker out as he's looking at the paper. And yeah, that's how the fight's gonna go. Very accurate retelling right there. But no, in all seriousness, I'm probably going to have to go with Tagir, purely off of just... I'm going to have to go with Tagir purely off of just the strength advantage. Like when Horiguchi was fighting in the UFC, he was a small flyweight. He still is a small flyweight, and Tagir is an inbred grip strength fucking forces his wife into marriage with him probably. Yeah, you ain't beating this guy. He's just gonna hold you down because you're much smaller than him. I don't even see the point of this, but we will be rooting for Horiguchi to throw maths equations at him. Is this racist? You know, I don't even give a fuck. If it's racist, it's racist. I don't care. He's gonna throw maths equations at him. And yeah, let's hope he gets the subterfuge knockout as he's looking at the maths equations. He's like, "What is this, brother? What is this? I don't know what this." Oh, and he's out cold, just snoozing. But yeah, that's not going to happen. And we're going to get another one of these fucking inbred, fucking cousin, fucking wife forcing marriage bitches in the sport, ruining the division once and for all. I need to relax because this video might get taken down, and you know. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next fight before I get this fucking video taken off. Right, I had to take a minute, but now we've got Sergey Spivak versus Shamil Gaziev, also known as MMA Joey. I'll put a picture up of MMA Joey if you don't know him. He's another one of these fat, self-hating, gross men that just so happen to be in MMA. I also like to bully him on Twitter. You should follow me on Twitter, anti-Dagestan MMA. And I have got notes. Let me just pull up my notes on my phone because I got too hung up on talk about Dagestanis and fucking cousins and stuff like that. Let me just find it. 1 second. This might take a bit. Right, found it. Shamil Gaziev versus Spivak. Right, both of them are sloppy strikers. Let's just get this clear. They're both sloppy as fuck. I'd say Spivak has the slightest advantage. Maybe Gaziev has the better power, the stronger power. Yeah, Spivak has straight shots, kicks. They're decent. They're nothing to go off about. Uh, he has wrestling too, I guess you could just point out. But I reckon just Shamil just wins via a close decision. It will be a sloppy, scrappy fight that Shamil will get the better of, using his grappling and holding him down for the last couple of minutes of the round. He won't do anything of significance. I mean, you know, I forgot the meme is that Shamil's like supposed to be one of the best fighters in the sport, but like he's not. He's not. He's all right. He's all right. I reckon he'll be there one day. He'll be like he'll be fighting Tom Aspinall for the belt at some point, and yeah, he is the guy to beat Tom Aspinall, I reckon. Let's get on to the next fight, which is actually the feature fight of the card, which is Volkan Ozdemir versus Alzon Menefield. I think I said that. Alonzo Menefield. I knew I said that wrong. I will be going with Alonzo Menefield purely just because I think Volkan, against Olberg, I thought he could do so much more in that fight. I just felt like he was not there. I think the age is now getting to him. And he is fast. He's got good boxing combinations. He was piecing up Olberg. Close fight. Very close fight. You could also argue a robbery. I do think Olberg lost to Jan. I will die on that hill. But yeah, Alonso does just lunge in with shots, jab crosses, etc. Using his pull counters against Sai, and Sai was actually undefeated going into that fight. But I think he was anyway. I can't remember. I think he was undefeated going into that fight, and he kind of like fraud checked him. But I think Alonzo Menefield will just be one step further on the striking, and he'll just be more powerful in the pocket. That's what I just reckon. I just reckon that'll happen. Moving on. Okay, then we're moving on to the next fight of the card, which is Belal Muhammad, the GOAT of the sport. Best fighter ever, the GOAT of the thing. He would beat John Jones in a round. He'd beat GSP in a round. He'd beat Islam Makhachev. Rumour has it that he actually ragdolled Islam Makhachev and knocked him out in training. And he will be taking on Ian Gary. But in all seriousness, I will be choosing Ian Machado Gary. I hate the fact that name is just plastered everywhere. Machado Gary. Yuck. But I will be choosing Ian Gary because Belal Muhammad, I used to think he was not that bad, but he might not be that good overall. He lost to JDM. Maybe JDM isn't as good as we thought either. Maybe. We'll find out in his next fight if he's as good as I thought. But he's a control-based wrestler, which is why JDM got up, just to mention it. JDM got up because he was a control-based wrestler and had no submission threat whatsoever. He has good takedowns, mainly double legs and single legs, but he cannot chain wrestle to save his fucking life. Belal could just smudge Ian against the cage. I've got in my notes here. He could just smudge him. That's always a possibility. His striking is fucking terrible and basic and just yuck to look at. But the reason I'm choosing Ian Gary is because he's not like Ian Gary is not really good in any singular place. You could argue maybe his striking stands out. He's not really good in any of those places, but what really stands out is his game planning and IQ. He does know how to fight smart, not get into positions where he could get knocked out, even though he almost got knocked out against Prates. We all know Belal Muhammad is going to do that. We all know Belal Muhammad's going to knock out Ian Gary and get his first finish ever. But yeah, he has great takedown defense. Shavkat couldn't take him down. He almost finished Shavkat, forgetting about that. He does have problems with his boxing defense in the past. Don't know if that's still an issue, as Prates couldn't touch him, so I don't know if that's still an issue. But yeah, I could definitely see a game plan where Belal Muhammad just runs in a straight line and just fucking takes him down, controls him. But I really don't think that's going to happen. It's very similar to the Leon Edwards fight. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Gary moves too much for Belal just to like run in a straight line and take him down from it. But yeah, I think Gary via, guess what, another decision. He's gonna beat Bilal Muhammad by decision. Would you believe it? And he's gonna beat Bilal by just beating him in the strike, in the scrambles, the grappling. I just think Gary's just a better fighter. Okay, he's just the better fighter. I've watched them side by side. I was literally trying to make any excuse to make Bilal win this fight, but then I was like, I'm kind of low on co-main event predictions this year, so I kind of need to get this one and the next couple of this year. So I will be choosing Ian Gary to win this one, and I think he does so. I think this is not even a close fight. I think Ian Gary's going to kind of dominate him. On to the main event, which is Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. I will be choosing Arman Tsarukyan, but I'll tell you why in a second. Because Arman Tsarukyan legitimately could lose this fight through literally staying out for 2 years for no fucking reason, other than the fact, brother, I want title shot, I deserve this. I beat Oliveira by split decision while, Elliot Barrier knock him out in seconds, brother, I must fight him because, I beat Oliveira and I've done nothing but cry since 311, this. And it's just like, Arman, you've done grappling competitions, sort your shit out, man. Get in the cage, fight. If you're serious about MMA, be serious and fight someone. You could have fought Paddy Pimblett. You could have fought anyone. You know what I mean? If he beat Paddy, which I think they should have done Paddy versus Arman, because it would have just... If Arman won, he'd take the star power. Then if he fights Ilya, then Ilya can take the star power by knocking him out cold. But, Arman Tsarukyan, I'm choosing him. But I am worried for him because he hasn't been in the cage for so long. He's a high-level wrestler. We know this. The last high-level wrestler Dan Hooker fought, he beat him, I thought. He pretty clearly beat him. Yeah. But there again, he couldn't have. Nah, it was a close fight. I don't know who really won that, actually, now thinking about it. Because didn't Gamrot drop him in that fight? In the second or first round? I don't know who won that fight. He has done a grappling match with Chimaev, and this is what stands out to me through that. He survived what fucking Robert Whittaker couldn't do. Even Chimaev said himself that he's so hard to submit, and he is. He really is. So when Arman just blasts a double leg to start the fight off, and Dan Hooker pulls like a guillotine or a Darce choke or a ninja choke or something, I don't think he's getting it. I think he's just going to slime his way out of it. He can fight at range using his jab and his lead kicks. He can fight in close like he did against Oliveira by just pressuring him, putting him on the back foot early. He's got alright boxing, I'll be honest. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's alright. But he just hasn't fought in so many years. It's just like, can I choose him comfortably? And with Dan Hooker, he's rangy, he throws the tappy shots out, he throws the high kicks out, which, by the way, Arman Tsarukyan is just going to take it down from them. The movement and footwork could also mess around with Arman, but yeah. And also, Hooker's also not been in the cage for a while. I'm guessing that's why they made this fight. But yeah, and I do think the winner of this should just get a title shot. If Arman definitely wins, just put him in the title shot in, January. I don't care that you need time to recover. You need this, that, and the other. You should have fought a year ago, pal. But I will be choosing Arman Tsarukyan. I think he's just a much better grappler. He's going to take him down. People are kind of edging towards Hooker just because of the Gamrot fight, which I get it, but they're two different grappling styles. Like, Gamrot will take you down and just control you, while Arman will try and get a good position, flattening you out, ground and pound, He does also do the controlling part and kind of bore the fight out a bit, but he does use ground and pounds. Look at the Joel Alvarez fight where he made his face look like a fucking squashed lasagna. But yeah, and in the position that Gamrot would be just holding there and just holding Hooker there, I just think fucking Armin would be there just slamming elbows into his face, you know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, I think Armin's gonna win the decision by striking with hooker in the feet, getting the better in that, taking him down, controlling him, landing ground and pound punches, maybe hurts Dan in moments. I reckon Dan might hurt Armin once. He does have that very, very bad style of getting caught when he comes in. This is Armin Tsarukyan I'm on about, but yeah. Armin's good, man. Armin's so underrated. Like, I honestly believe at 155 there's only two people that can beat Islam Makhachev, and it's him and Ilya. And I reckon Ilya does beat him because of the knockout power, but, like, Armin, he could beat him by decision, you know what I mean? Like, if Ilya was to fight him, I think Ilya would just, like, get held against the fence a bunch, and then he would knock him out at the beginning of a round or something. So he'd be losing the fight, then knock him out. With Armin, he could legitimately beat him technically, you know what I mean? If that makes any sort of sense. I reckon he could beat him to a decision and be more technical than him. But yeah, we're never going to see that fight now because Armin's also said he's not interested in moving up. So, well done, Armin. Well done, Armin. But anyway, that is the full card predictions. Comment who you think is going to win these fights, and maybe follow me on Twitter, because I like trolling people, and it's very funny for me. I like to just sit there while they're sending me about like 50 paragraphs, and I'm just like, I ain't reading all that. But yeah, I like to troll people on Twitter. Maybe follow me on that. It's just exact same as my YouTube name, Anti-Dagestan MMA. And yeah, like, subscribe, and yeah, maybe like the video too. Boost it in the algorithm for me.